station number 11, and a piece of coral tumbling to the ground from the Velocity Raptors. They have a piece of algae in hand. They move it over to the processor. We don't see that happen a whole lot. Robotoads placing a piece of coral up on the 4th level. And on the right side of the field, 2 pieces of coral have been placed up on that 4th level. Nerdherd trying to place a piece of coral up on that 4th level as well, but that coral tumbles down to the 1st level, still managing to stick there. And on the blue side of the field, piece of algae going up high, courtesy of Robotoads, and they try to do it again, but it just tumbles to the ground. Velocity Raptors now with a piece of their own, and they place it up in that blue barge. 2 pieces of algae to 2 pieces of algae, make that 3 pieces of algae for that Blue Alliance. 65-33 in favor of that Blue Alliance at the moment. Will the Red Alliance be able to catch up here? Nerdherd is certainly trying their best to, and they are lining up with the backside of the reef, but that piece of coral just tips out of their intake, and they're going to go back to their human player to make another attempt. Steel Ridge trying to place a 4th level, kicking a piece of algae out of the way so that way they can do so. And over on the blue side of the field, it looks like there is a red robot, that switchback, stuck on a piece of algae, meaning that their defensive efforts have come to an end. The Blue Alliance having scrubbed all of the pieces of algae off of their reef, and they are now just on a coral scoring effort. Lots of coral having been scored on all of the levels. It looks like the Blue Alliance trying to go for that ranking point. Cert placing a piece of coral up on the 4th level. Velocity Raptors placing on the 1st level. And over on the red side of the field, 40-43, piece of coral just falling down into the robot, but they managed to get it out, and they return back to the human player station where they grab another piece lining up with the 4th level, and they place it successfully. We are about to enter the end game period. Let's see which robots are going to make the climb. Nerdherd making an early dash towards their deep cage, and they are lining up as the sonar pings. Velocity Raptors lining up with their deep cage in the center of the blue side of the field, and they're up in the air rather quickly. Robotoads trying to do the same, and they're also up. Over on the red side of the field, Nerdherd successfully making it up, and Cert having parked right at the end of the match in their barge zone. Preliminary scores 150-63 in favor of that Blue Alliance. We'll have your final scores to you in a moment. Look at qualification number 11, final scores. The winner, the Blue Alliance. Score of 172-75, almost 100 more points than the Red Alliance. 5 ranking points being taken home by those Blue Alliance teams. 1 ranking point being taken home by the Red Alliance. A lot of the score coming down to both coral and algae. 101 coral points being scored by the Blue Alliance.